Hey, good Saturday evening, everybody. Back again. I'm going to do something a little different tonight. Had some people kind of interested in some of the more technical side of guitar playing, so I'm going to do something a little bit more of kind of a demonstration between, well, it's the difference between, say, a tube rectifier and a solid state rectifier and how that's going to change the feel of your amp. So this amp back here, it's been in most of my videos. If you haven't seen it already, I mean, just go click on some of the other ones. But it's a JTM 45 amp, and it has a switch on the back where I can switch between a tube rectifier and a solid state rectifier. It also has another switch where you can go through, which it's set on now, the JTM 45 preamp, and then you hit the switch and it goes to more of a JMP 50. Now, as far as the technical, what that is and the difference of the resistors and stuff, I'm not exactly sure. From what I understand, the JMP 50 just uses more of the tube triodes to give you more gain. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. Please comment if that's not correct. But so it's set on the JTM 45 preamp. Currently set on the tube rectifier. Tube rectifier is whatever the standard designation is. I can't remember. GZ something or other. So this also has KT66 tubes in it. I'm just going to run through the clean tone with the JTM 45 setting, which typically has a tube rectifier. And then I'm going to put it on standby and switch it over to the solid state. You'll notice the difference. So right off the bat, I'm playing my custom-made Strat here. Guitar cable going right into a Wilson V2 wah. I like to change it up every now and again where I'll have the wah first. Sometimes I'll have the fuzz first. It's usually how I do it. Second pedal is the Isle of Tone Haze 67 fuzz, and then it's going right into the amp. So without further ado, here's the clean tone. Volume's on 10, neck pickup. These are Fender Custom Shop 69 pickups. This is kind of your typical, what you'll get out of a JTM 45 with a Strat. So. Switch to the neck middle. Middle. So again, we're going to go back to the neck. That was the tube rectified JTM 45. this is the solid state rectified JTM45. Volume back on 10. Neck middle. In the middle position. To the neck, and I'm going to switch it back over to the JTM45, tube rectified, and I'm going to try it with some effects. Alright, so clean once again. Try some wah clean. Kick the fuzz on, so I'm going to roll the volume back a little bit. Neck middle. Fuzz off. So we're going to switch over now to the solid state rectified. While still on, neck pickup. Push over the fuzz. Pull the volume down. Do the neck middle. Fuzz on. Okay, middle position. Fuzz on, I'll roll the volume down a little bit. Okay, just real quick, here's my own observation of what I'm hearing. So with a solid state rectifier, actually we'll start with the 2 rectified first, so the JTM 45 style. There's more low end, and it can kind of flub out, like when you kick on a fuzz, it can get real out of hand, but in a good way if you kind of know how to balance it. With the solid state rectified, I would say it's a little bit more controllable with the fuzz on. There's also a little bit faster note play. Like there's just this very tiny bit of latency, I feel like, with a tube rectifier. Some people call it like spongy or squishy or whatever. I feel like what you're playing isn't exactly translating as you're playing it. There's just like a fraction of a millisecond there where it's kind of trying to catch up with what you're playing. Whereas a solid state, the second you pluck the note is when it's coming out. Like, and so if you're playing faster style, like lead and stuff, where you want that kind of fluid, non-latency type thing, I would say if you have an amp, you would look for a solid state rectified amp. Whereas the tube rectified, if you're playing like bluesy styles, I play a lot of bluesy stuff, so I kind of like the way that it lets notes kind of bloom and develop. And when you pair it with a fuzz, it gets bigger and blooms more. It has a bigger like sound stage than say a solid state rectified. But optimally, if you could do both, it would be cool, because sometimes you want to play a little faster, and I feel like the tube rectified kind of like gets caught up a little bit, where it's kind of maybe not choking out, but it definitely sounds, I think, a little better when you're playing faster to have a solid state rectified amp. It also, when it distorts with a fuzz or something, it doesn't, if you notice, like with the wah, it kind of got a little overwhelming. Like it sounded like something was like, gonna blow up or something. Whereas if you listen to the solid state rectified, it kind of took this huge soundstage kind of thing and kind of brought it back down to where it was a little more manageable, and it kind of handled the gain a little bit better. So that's another thing. If you play with a little bit more gain, you might like a solid state rectified amp. So just to wrap it up, that was kind of the difference in the same amp, a solid state versus a tube rectified amp. There isn't really a better, best thing. It's kind of, what you like. I hope you like this video. If you do like, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. It's free to subscribe. It just helps me put out more videos, helps get what I do out there. Feel free to share to anybody and ask me anything you want. Send me some suggestions, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the Saturday. And yeah, man, rock on. Catch you later.